Good morning, bird brains, and welcome back to another episode. Today we are going to be showing you how to install a 2-up seat onto a Harley Dyna. Now this is a very simple install, so even if you've got zero mechanical experience, this is something you could probably do yourself. Also, this method I'm going to show you is pretty much universal to most Harleys, not just specifically the Harley Dyna. There might be a few changes here and there, but it's all pretty much generally the same. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so this is the pretty much basic setup for most Harley seats or most solo seats. Basically how these attach, one Phillips headed screw in the back and then a tongue up front. The only things you're going to need to swap these seats out are a flathead screwdriver or something to pry something off, a Phillips head screwdriver or whatever bolt that you have here in the rear, and if you're having to move your screw point, you'll need a piece of string. So first things first, we're gonna go ahead and get the seat off. This is extremely simple. All you do, lefty-loosey back here on the rear screw, and then just lift up. Some seats you'll need to put pressure, kind of bend the seat because there'll be a like a locking nut back here. But on this seat it does not have that, so simply lift up, pull back, and you'll see this is the tongue that was slipped under this portion right here. So it literally just slips up underneath there. From there, you can just take your stock seat and throw it in the garbage. I mean, that's kind of where it belongs, let's be honest. So let's get a close-up here of the screw. This is the threaded, or the threaded nut basically that goes through the fender on the back side. You'll see it has one of these plastic, what would you call these? A moon ring or a moon washer?
C-clip.
C-clip, yeah. You can take your flathead, just be very gentle with this, not to scratch your paint, and just kind of push it off, and this thing should drop. So if it doesn't drop, all you have to do is kind of just tap it, and it should drop down to wherever you're working on. So I do not recommend doing this like in the grass or somewhere where this is going to get lost. So here we go. I want to get a close up of this. This is what it looks like. So this top area is the part that slips through these holes, and the bottom part is basically just what backs up against the back fender. Now, if you notice, you've got two Harley plugs, one in the middle, one in the rear. Depending on what seat you have, you might still stay in this hole, or you might move back depending on what seat you got. So what I like to do is a simple mock-up. Take your new seat, kind of set it on there. You don't have to worry about the tongue or anything, and it'll be pretty easy to see what hole you need to go to. So for me, I need to go all the way to the rear hole. So I will grab my flathead screwdriver, once again, being very careful not to scratch the paint, and that just simply plops out. If you would like, you can take that and use it to plug up the hole that you left when you originally took the other nut out. After that, this is where your string comes into play. So you're going to take your string and drop it down into the hole, and then pretty much feed it all the way through, or at least until you see it plop out underneath the tire here. So you'll pretty much have this set up right here. Take your top side and just kind of set it down. What you're going to do then is take your locking bolt nut thing that you took out from the front, and you're going to feed it through the top like so. Quickly tie a little knot in it like so, and you'll pretty much have that set up. At that point, what you can do is grab the top of your string, place this nut up underneath the fender, pull your string, and you might have to sit here and play with it a little bit, twist it around until you get that nut to come up like so. Once you have that, keep some tension on your string. Take the plastic clip that we got from the front and push it on to the nut. From there, you just take some scissors, go ahead and cut the string, and then you should be able to pull both sides of the string out, and then make sure that plastic C-clip is in place. Now that we've moved the nut back, all we have to do is install our new seat. Start from the front. You see it does have a tongue just like the stock one. So kind of turn your seat, angle it like so. Make sure that that tongue hooks up underneath this bolt right here. You'll see a slot for it. And then just slide it up, push forward, and it'll stop when it needs to stop. And then just simply lower your seat back onto the nut. Now it might take some effort depending on what type of seat you have. This one has a metal base pan, so it is going to have a lot more resistant than some other ones. It might also come included with a rubber pad that you can slide in underneath there, just to give your bike a little bit added protection from this metal latch. So simply line up the holes, and then from there you can just get your Phillips head screwdriver, or like I said, whatever other bolt or nut that you had to use to get it off, and simply tighten it down. That is it, guys. That is literally all it takes to swap out a seat on most motorcycles. Like I said, even if you've got zero mechanical abilities whatsoever, this is something that you can do in your garage. Don't go pay someone $300 to do this. So if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. It does do a lot for the channel. If you're not subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I do put out 3 videos per week, mostly motorcycle related, mostly Harley related. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.